What is up, my blue few, and how are we doing today? Today we are watching another episode of Superman and Lois. It is episode 8, Sharp Dressed Guy. Now, I have been watching these back to back, as y'all know, because hey, outfit change didn't do it, so you know what I mean. And I think tonight's the night. I think I'm gonna finish this bad boy. So, yeah, I'm excited to finish it. I know this isn't the finishing episode. Honestly, I don't know. Am I excited? Because it's going to be over. It's going to be over. That's so weird. And I really haven't decided what's going to replace it. I've been watching Arrow, and I've been getting that ready. So, honestly, Arrow might be the replacement. Which is 8 seasons? So, yeah. But I might do Mad Men, or I might do Farscape. Honestly, tell me in the comments what you would prefer to replace this show, because I need to know. These are all things that I'm watching right now, but I would just need to know in advance so I can prepare to get it ready, you know? So yeah. Here's your little thing. What would you like to watch? Last episode, we told the world our secret about being Superman, which was really exciting. It was a Kyle and Beppo episode, so I assume that this has got to be a John Irons, Natalie episode, because we haven't seen them since episode 3. So I assume this has got to be I assume, but you know, they've surprised me with some like, or maybe like a John Irons Lana episode where we don't see Sarah or Natalie. That could be it too. But we just haven't seen John Irons at all since episode 3. And I mean, I'm gonna be honest, I've been kind of missing the guy. You know, he's in my top 5. And I've only seen him once. So yeah, I'm excited though. This season's just been so good. It's been so wholesome. It's had its, like, yes, first 3 episodes, heart-wrenching. But, like, since then, we've had really good episodes that just, that family dynamic, the Clark and Lois, that just, it's been good. So, I'm excited. Let's go ahead and hop right in, huh?
My name is Clark Kent, and I am Superman.
You're doing this wrong.
What are you thinking?
The first thing we need to do is get you a killer suit.
Yeah, I forgot about that part. I wonder if we're really going to be getting like the Lex Luthor classic green suit. Ooh, we've shaved
Not
the
bad.
Interesting. Ooh, with the scarring on the side. Wonder what the time is here, because it is scarred over now, no stitchings.
Amanda, this needs to work.
So I assume it's been a
After
minute
today,
at
the
least.
whole world is going to be on your side.
Did we get rid of Elizabeth? Because I feel like Elizabeth can turn tides so quickly.
I'm gonna talk to General Hardcastle. This is not what I meant by keeping things as normal as possible.
She's just trying to keep the looky-loos away.
You okay?
My hands won't stop sweating.
Everything's gonna be fine.
This scanxiety is real.
Oh,
I
yeah,
just want to know
Mickey.
one way or the other. Do I still have cancer or not?
And we're gonna get through this, no matter what the results are.
Jamie Kennedy texted us. Called us the Super Twins.
Texted you?
Today's your mother's checkup?
Oh my gosh, we completely forgot.
Mom, I'm so sorry.
It's okay. There's been a lot going on around here.
Well, do you want us to come with you?
No, go have fun with Nat and Candace.
So Natalie's gonna be this episode?
We'll let you know what happens.
Love you more.
Love you. Love you.
Okay, maybe it's just me, but like, Lois's eyebrows look really good this episode. Anybody else feel that way? Back at home base.
All right, gotta get going. Movie's starting soon.
Hold on. We need to go over these schematics before you leave. The DoD has strict guidelines. If we're going to keep building weapons for them and not just be in the field, it needs to work.
Fine, I'll skip the movie.
We gotta find balance.
Are you sure you want to keep doing this?
Of course.
Why are we doing it on laptops? There's gotta be a better way.
We work a lot.
That's not going to change. This kind of job, leading a team like Squad K, there's always something to do.
And I'll do it.
Because you want to.
Because you feel like you have to.
Vehicular accident on County Road Q has been reported.
Isn't Lois's checkup today?
I told Clark I'd cover for them.
Come on. Let's go.
Please! I can't get out! My seatbelt's stuck!
Just stop moving. I got you.
Oh, thank you. Thank you so much.
It's kind of crazy. What are they here for?
You.
For us.
Jordan's so hot! Oh my god.
This doesn't seem normal. I mean, what's taking so long? My ultrasound was a half an hour ago.
So sorry for the delay, Lois.
It's okay.
Or is it?
Here's the card for Dr. Gore's office. He's a good friend of mine. I want you to call him first thing tomorrow to schedule your surgery. Skin's healing nicely. No lumps, no lymphedema in the arms. You're done with your treatments, Lois.
I'm done.
Did it, babe?
Oh.
I think Bazoom
What a good
Buzz
moment.
is in order tonight.
Yes, Bazoom Buzz, we have to.
Like high schoolers whose parents are out of town.
Okay, but we have high schoolers.
Yes, and tonight their parents are out of town.
This was Lois Lane. And that's why you're speaking out now.
Whoa! 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 Okay, I know that these worlds are not connected, but Harris Wells? What? I know he's probably not playing that character, of course, but it's crazy that he's here. And I know, we saw, what, 0.5 seconds of him? Please, I can recognize the man. I have seen Flash.
Time for me to go on record, tell the public the truth about the world's most famous reporter.
Yeah, the most... These storylines... Here's the problem with these storylines. It was the problem with me in season 2. Which is that she was trying to... I don't know, like, prove that Lois, like, was a bad reporter or something. I don't even know what her goal was in season 2. What a dumb villain, in my opinion. But it's even stronger now, my case, which is that Lois works with Superman. Superman saves people's lives every day. The common man, the normal person. It's just like... So when you try and go out and be like, this is a really bad person, but then I'm sitting here watching Superman be like, no, she's actually a really good person. She it's gonna be the same thing for here, but now it's even more, which is that Superman and Lois are married. Power couple, and Superman saves people's lives. And guess what? Lois kind of does it too with her reporting. Like, I don't... When these storylines happen and, like, the public doesn't believe it, and it's just like, what are you talking about? That's Superman? I'm like, yes, this makes sense, because, like, duh. But when it's like the public, for some reason, just goes complete, like, 180 and just like, oh, I knew it! She is evil! Blah, blah, blah. What? Huh? It just doesn't. So we're gonna see where this plays. Because honestly, it could play in my first one where the public's just like, what are you talking about? But if it plays into the second where they're just like, they must be evil even though they've saved my life last Tuesday. Like, you know.
17 years for a crime you didn't commit. That must have been frustrating knowing you were innocent.
I always knew the truth would come out eventually.
Also, like, we're putting a lot of, like, him being like, sorry, I just said like a bajillion times. Lex coming on the show and then saying, Lois Lane is the reason I was in prison for 17 years is wrong. Lois Lane did present evidence to a jury, whatever, right? They were the ones that made the decision if Lex was guilty or innocent, which then a judge was also present to put a verdict on this. So if he's trying to come up with this thing with like, Lois Lane put me in prison for 17 years, that's not true. Lois Lane had evidence, which she gave over to some kind of judicial system, like I don't know, detective or whatever. It just, you know, we can't put this all on Lois.
Of course, and so it must have come as quite the surprise when Lois Lane, the reporter who famously linked Lex Luthor to Boss Moxie's murder, ends up publishing the article exonerating you.
Ooh,
Miss Lane
okay.
always knew I was innocent. It was her friend Pia Mannheim who, in fact, committed those crimes.
And yet Miss Lane claims to only have met Miss Mannheim, most recently when they were both receiving chemotherapy treatments at Hobbs Bay.
Convenient alibi.
How so?
I will say the gentleman who's doing the asking is asking incredible questions. If Lex wasn't lying his ass off, because he's lied about everything he said here, whoever's doing the journalist reporting right here, I don't know his name, sadly, Harrison Wells, beautiful questions. Like, I just don't know how you would sit here as a viewer in this universe, but I don't know, I have insider information. That's the problem here. But if, okay, let's say you lived in Hobbs Bay. You lived in Hobbs Bay when they were the suicide slums, okay? And you knew about Lex dumping waste and all these other things, all these crimes that he was committing, and you know that he was committing those crimes. Like, you have to assume it's not just the seedy underbelly of Hobbs Bay that knew that Lex was committing crimes. You know what I mean? So, there's at least certain people in this world who have to know Lex is not a good person. Elizabeth! Like, I'm sorry, Lex can do this whole big spiel. I mean, I guess maybe Elizabeth really wouldn't want to be on camera. She wouldn't want to be associated. So I could see where she wouldn't do that. But if she decided to take take power into her own hands and be like, no, my father is a criminal. Everything he said in that thing was a lie. And really give, like, the facts, his whole storyline would be screwed.
I went to her, hoping to hear she was sorry. Even thought about moving Luthor Corps to Smallville to bring jobs to her community. Lois accused me of other crimes, and then she turned the town against me.
Well, that sounds like the single worst apology I've ever heard in my life.
Me too. Lois Lane claims to be a champion for justice. If she really believes that, then I challenge her to come here and debate me, face to face.
Lex would lose. Lex would lose that. What? Like, I get it. Technically, in the comic book universe, Lex Luthor is, like, the smartest man next to Batman, because Batman is actually the smartest man. He's got plans upon plans upon plans. Okay, we all know this. But, in the comic book universe, besides maybe, like, well, I don't know. I guess on Earth. Let me rephrase. On the planet Earth, it's like Batman and then, like, Lex. Those are, like, our, you know. But then there's Brainiac, but he's off-world, so I don't know if we really count him. And also, Brainiac makes really dumb decisions, and he's, like, scared of, like, germs, I think. I'm not sure. I read a comic book. He was in it. He was scared of germs. It was weird. But, like, those are the two. But what are we're gonna debate where Lois tells the truth and you just continue to lie, and then we just see who the public believes? Because that would be the only way, is to see if they believe lies or truth. Also, I think it's really interesting because Lex really isn't being a villain to Superman, is he? In this season itself, he's being a villain to Lois. which is such a fun, different dynamic that I really wasn't expecting. It only really kind of clicked to me right now. Like, I feel like when they first put him away, he is a villain to Superman. But now it really feels like he's a villain for Lois, which is just kind of fun.
Exchange. When and where would that take place?
Tonight. You do have a 7 o'clock show, don't you?
Yes. Yes, we do. Well, this is quite the development. Lois Lane, if you're watching, and let's face it, who isn't? The question the rest of America wants to know is, will you?
The only way this works in... I'm sorry, the only way this works in Lex's favor is if this is just an elaborate, like, trap. Because I just really don't feel like it works as just a debate. So I have to assume that this is a trap scenario. Because I feel like Lois wins in this, then. Lois has the truth. We bring Bruno Mannheim. That's a witness that I just...
More Godfrey right after this.
And again, Lois is not the reason he's behind bars. It's a judge and juror that do that.
This isn't like Luther. He hates being on TV.
Well, he looked pretty comfortable to me. But if he thinks I will not confront him on camera...
Lois.
What? I have the truth on my side, Clark, not to mention a star witness.
Otis Grisham is the only witness with any real information on Luther, and the DOD has not made a deal with his lawyers yet.
Where did the woman go, I wonder?
My reputation is at stake, Clark. He just called me a liar in front of a national audience.
Because he's desperate. He is trying to trip you up, knowing that after Otis's testimony, he won't have any moves left.
Well, I can't just sit here and do nothing.
Okay, so let's go to the office. You can write a rebuttal, which I will proof after.
What, for spelling errors?
I was thinking more like the colorful language.
The remaining showtimes for Honey, I Shrunk the Slaughter Cabin are 12:15, 3:10, 6:50.
Maybe we should do 9:30 so the crowds die down?
Yeah, but that movie won't get out until after 11, and I don't think Candace can stay that late.
Well, why can't we just fly Candace to wherever she needs to be?
No.
Okay, it's not that big of a deal.
He's really sensitive about his social media feeds.
No, I don't care about that. Candace just broke up with me.
Yeah, she's probably getting hate mail like, I want to be dating him. You don't even fucking deserve him, you bitch. You know, that stuff.
Lois probably still believes that she can avoid coming on tonight.
This had better work.
Okay. Let's put some thoughts out there. Just because I'm in a mood to strategize, to guess. Here are my things. Last, 2 episodes ago, I said it really sucks because she's choosing him and he would never choose her. That's what I say, right? But this could be a scenario where she sees the truth that Lex is not a good person, would never choose her, and is using that against him by saying that she's on his side. I could see maybe that scenario happening. Because I just don't see how this hits Lois in a bad way, especially because Lois does have the truth. And Lex, I think Lex's downfall is always that he... Thinking you are the smartest guy in the room does not always mean you will make the smartest decision. Is I guess how I would put Lex's thing. I don't see how this works in Lex's favor ever.
Look handsome.
You feel like a fraud.
Just because something is new doesn't mean that it isn't right.
Honestly, we get Doomsday on the stand. Who made you kill Superman? And he just points.
This is how we get it.
Do we want the same thing, though?
You really think you know what I want?
Well, you want to destroy Lois Lane.
Every time we're together, I can see it in your eyes. And the way you look at me. You're not the only one who knows how this ends.
We still need Lois if this is going to work.
She'll be here.
See, I think this is a trap. I think he truly just wants to destroy Lois. And so I think it's a trap to try and kill her or something. Take Lois away from Superman now.
There's a lot of profanity in here, even for you.
What? It's a first draft. I had to get it out of my system.
There's a problem with Otis.
Please tell me he's not trying to back out of testifying.
Officers found him hanging in his cell half an hour ago.
Did anyone get Otis on record?
The prosecutor wasn't set to meet with him until tomorrow. Lois, I'm sorry.
Okay, we use this against Luther, clearly, and we go, oh, we finally had someone who was a witness who was going to testify, and then he committed suicide just the day before he was gonna meet with the judge. People aren't stupid. Like, they just aren't. Especially if you watch TV. Like, you know how often they use the trope of he committed suicide in prison? Like, people are gonna look at that and be like, well, that's kind of suspicious. Just because.
You have got to be...
Like, that has to be someone paid by Luther. I don't believe the public would go against them so quickly. Like that.
Okay. That brick was clearly thrown by a plant from Luther.
Yeah.
I agree.
Sending more people to throw more bricks or bombs or whatever.
I really think a rebuttal is still the way to go.
I want to do this.
Lois?
I've made up my mind.
Okay. But this is at Luther's penthouse, with an interviewer of his choosing. It is the definition of home field advantage.
So what?
Every time Luther's gone quiet, something happens that we didn't see coming. What if this is not just a debate?
Well, then it's a good thing Superman will be there with me.
I do feel like Clark's got a point. Like, I don't think this is a debate. I think this is something else.
Everything okay?
I think this is a really bad idea.
I'm not talking about Lois. You didn't react to that brick until after it came through the window. You didn't hear it until then either.
My hearing hasn't been the same since I came back.
Why don't you come by my garage and let me run some tests?
I mean, what can John do that the Fortress really couldn't? You know what I mean?
I took the blame for her selling drugs.
And you did kind of use those drugs.
Not helping. Look, do you love her?
Yeah.
Then go do something about it.
Ooh.
No,
Same
not on the
advice.
phone, dummy. Go see her.
I know.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yes.
Right now, if she's the one that you love, you have to fight for her, and you have to do it before it's too late.
Giving the words back to him that he gave to her in season 3.
Stance of relationships.
Yeah.
Anything I say, you should do the opposite.
Yeah, he is pretty terrible.
The worst.
He's trying his best. I just want to know what there's a twist here. It can't just be a debate. Like, and also the issue with this is like, Lex has to keep control. Even when talking to his daughter, he bursts in anger. And that's just not a good look. Like, he has to keep it. And I don't know if he can do that. I don't know if he can... Of course, I mean, I guess it depends on the burst of anger he uses. Like, if she says something and he gets angry about, like, losing 17 years of his life or something, like, that could be looked a little differently. But, I don't know. Is he on XK? Is he on something else?
Lex.
Shut it down.
What? Lex?
I said shut it down.
No! You are not going to walk away from this just because it wasn't your plan.
I don't think your plan is going to... I think she thinks she has value. And I don't think she's realizing that he will drop her. so fast. Like, I don't think she's comprehending that. I don't think she's realized it yet. She still thinks she has not comprehended that it is him.
We got her.
We got her. Yes, Godfrey crew. Listen up, Lois Lane is on her way. We go live in 30 minutes.
I wonder if that was him experiencing a panic attack or if he is on something, because the way he was hearing stuff, it just seemed weird. Well, yes, we knew this.
Bad.
Come here, I want you to see for yourself.
So, are we
There's a lot
saying...
of damage around your cochlea. The arteries in your inner ear are a lot more narrow than they should be, especially for you. Hearing loss is one of the first signs of heart disease.
Hey, but my heart's fine.
Maybe for a 60-year-old like Sam, but not for you. Have you noticed any other changes?
Graying.
I'm not as strong as I used to be. I'm more tired. This scar on my chest still hasn't healed.
None of that's gonna change. In fact, I think it's probably only gonna get worse.
Wait, what are you saying?
All of the powers that you have, all of your abilities, they're starting to fade. Maybe not this year or even this decade, but one day you're gonna wake up and you're not gonna be Superman anymore.
Superman.
Metropolis twice in one day. Seems you've been busy. I'm just a believer in journalism that shows both sides of an issue.
This is not journalism. It's all volume, no substance.
Ouch, well, that would hurt if our ratings weren't right through the roof. Gordon Godfrey, good to see you.
I mean, honestly, Gordon had good questions.
Superman in the building, let me tell you, it is. It's quite an honor.
Can we just get this over with?
Sure, let's do that. I'm Switzerland. All right? Totally impartial.
Honestly, I mean, he had good questions. I do hope that he's...
I never met Pia Mannheim until after I started my cancer treatment.
And yet earlier, Lex Luthor implied that wasn't true. Can you prove it?
Can he? Where's the evidence?
I think the circumstances speak for themselves.
You told me about Superman assaulting you in Smallville.
Clark didn't assault him.
He came to my home and called me out to fight. I knew your husband would come for me.
Because you had tried to have Lana Lang murdered in her home.
Oh, that is quite a serious accusation.
Which Mayor Lang will corroborate.
Mayor Lang, your friend.
Just like Otis Grisham, the man who attacked her, is your friend. And yet he's been working for you ever since you got out.
Then you must have evidence. A payout, photos of him and I together, maybe his testimony.
Otis was found hanging in his cell 3 hours ago.
And let me guess, I'm the one that murdered him.
I think the circumstances speak for themselves.
I think she's got a point there. If you're a viewer...
You see, the difference between you and me is that when I make an accusation, I have evidence to back it up. Luther! Get out here!
Okay. All this does, yes, it proves his story. But in a way, doesn't it prove hers? Superman. A man who has saved many, many people for many, many years. Has actually stopped 3 world-ending events in the last 3-ish years. Comes to Luthor. He's pissed. He's upset. Why would he be upset? Oh, because his friend was almost killed by Otis, a man you've been working with. Okay, yes, he brings proof that Superman showed up. Unless this is... It just doesn't... I just don't understand how the public would see this and be on Lex's side. Like, this just doesn't help him, I don't think. Unless we're just gonna sit here and say the public's stupid and just eats up whatever they tell them. Which, I mean, okay, yes. Are there people in the public that do that? Of course there are. But...
We are going to end you. You and your wife need to stop trying to set me up. Stop lying!
But she never... Here's the thing. Even then, even then, she did not deny that happening. In the interview, she says he did that because you tried to kill his friend Lana Lang and their 16-year-old daughter. She should have mentioned that. I think that would have really killed. Just saying. But, like, she doesn't deny it in the interview. So again, your proof doesn't prove that she was lying. Because your proof only proves that she was right. What?
John? What are you doing here? My Aunt Peggy, she's gonna freak out if she sees you.
Okay, please. Just talk to me. Okay, you owe me at least that much.
Well, I don't like when we use words like you owe me in a relationship. That's not great. And we drove here, which doesn't make sense to me. I don't know why we drove here when we all three can fly.
Look, I know everything is crazy right now.
What do you know? A reporter came to...
Also, like, all three of us can fly. Why don't we just go to a different movie theater? Why wasn't that an option? Like, I get it, hometown, blah, blah, blah. Just go to another theater that's playing it and disguise yourself. I don't... Like, in the day and age we live in, you can buy tickets online. Well, this might not be the day and age. You're right. Okay, you got me. Still, at least at this time period, you could buy the tickets at, like, a remote thingy that didn't have to have, like, a person interaction, right? God, honestly, we could just sneak in. I know, not great. We should pay for tickets, blah, blah, blah. But, like, let's just sneak into one and sit in the back. Who's gonna know? Sorry, I know that's not the discussion here, but that's just my thought process of, like, we could have went and saw a movie. That's what I think.
She wanted to pay me to talk about dating you.
Really?
Yeah. And it was a lot of money. More than I make in a month waitressing.
And then do it. I don't care.
It's not just that. Jamie Kennedy sent me a friend request. You're like, how weird is that? Please, John, let's just go, okay? I can't do this anymore. It's too much.
I get her point of view. I mean, that's a lot.
First, look me in the eye and tell me you don't love me.
Okay, well,
no, seriously.
let's not...
Tell me you don't love me and I'll leave right now. Okay, you never have to see me again.
Okay, well, this is one of those classic moments, but I don't think
That's
it's
a
fair.
tail.
Good. I think. I mean, I've been working so much I barely see him, so.
Maybe we should
Do you
change
like
that.
it? Not the DoD?
Sometimes.
Doesn't really sound like it.
Yeah, I guess it doesn't.
When you constantly do your passion, it can start to fizzle out.
It just feels like for people like us, once you're in it, you're in. There's no going back.
I wouldn't be too sure.
Shut up, you're so cute. We gotta find a way to protect Candace, though. Because, like, she is out here by herself. That's kind of dangerous.
I have to say, Miss Lane, this evidence is quite convincing.
Of course you'd say that. You helped set up this ambush. Fortunately, when I make an accusation, I also have something to back it up, or in this case, someone.
Let me guess, your husband.
No.
No. His daughter.
Do it now, Milton. Hurry.
Nice, Lois. Hey, what's going on with my computer?
Sorry, but it's not your computer anymore, John.
Final preparations for what?
For you to kill Superman.
Some nice toys you've built, John. A little rudimentary, but I can work with that. Will not stop this from happening.
Not so smart now, are you, John? Still here, John?
Don't think you can outsmart me. Now, how about you and I take this suit for a ride?
I'm so jealous.
Yeah, me too.
You don't have to be.
Yeah, I mean, I can kind of fly you there whenever.
Again, this plan. Using the suit. Okay, sure. mean, I guess if the boys can't get there, sure. But with the boys... This is why Lex has to make his own plans, because other people make plans and it's not great.
Do you hear that? Yeah, kind of sounds like your suit.
Is it going for the boys then?
It's not possible.
Dude, it's coming fast. Yeah, I got this.
Do not bring Elizabeth into this.
You're the one who drove her away so that you could keep harassing my family.
You're saying that his daughter will confirm this?
Yes. Hear for yourself.
Someone touched my suit! I can't control it!
What the hell was that?
Well, clearly, Lex has just had someone sit here to try and kill me.
Superman.
Okay, unless this was never to try and get the people on his side. Unless this was just a plan to try and kill Superman. Okay. Because if this is a plan to try and get the people on his side, then it's definitely failing, right? So someone... I mean, unless you think that you're definitely gonna 100% succeed, right? Because if you don't succeed, then we definitely have somebody who can, they can testify that you used their suit to try and kill Superman. Like, in this plan, you have to kill Superman or it all fails, right? I'm taking in so much air, I keep getting out, like, little baby burps.
Down protocol A172!
Well, that's not working. Oh, you don't want to catch that, buddy.
Is there anything you can do to shut it down? Nothing's working. I'm locked down. You're gonna have to stop it. The sooner, the better. Hold on!
John? John, are you okay? Alpha turning point! Vapor lock protocol!
Oh. So there is something.
It worked.
Ooh. Looks like we're destroying the suit.
John.
See, but we can't do that with the other one because John's in it. And it took two of them.
It started.
It is worrisome because it took two of them to take that down. And Superman is getting weaker. I don't know how strong Superman was compared to the boys, though, already. Like, were they at the same height and, like, he's kind of gone down to their level? Or what?
Lose power.
We have to be careful. Like, can John take another concussion? You know what I mean?
System failure? You gotta be kidding. How is this possible? This suit just needs some upgrades from someone smarter than you. Later, John.
It's smart. Giving Superman 2 targets. Does he save or does he go for the suit? Or when he goes to save John, the suit will go for him. Well, I guess now we can do the laser eyes on the suit. Oh, and his hearing.
For the past 20 years, we have read countless stories about Superman, the Man of Steel, the majority of which come from one single source, Lois Lane. Only recently do we find out Lois Lane is Superman's wife. Flash forward to this evening when that same Miss Lane accuses Lex Luthor of attempted murder. But before she can lay out even a single shred of evidence, why, Superman destroys Lex Luthor's property, conveniently ending our debate. The question that's bouncing around in my head, and no doubt, dear viewer, in yours, can Lois Lane be trusted? Can she? Well,
Sure, I guess. But, like, what about the people that have been saved by Superman? That's, you know what I mean? That's where, like, oh, your story fails. How many countless people over the many years that Superman has been a hero has Superman saved someone in Metropolis, in any of these other countries? He has gone out to tell people, like, I am not just America's Superman, I am the world's Superman. I just... like, how many... Okay, let's play this game. How many countless people can Superman look upon and be like, I saved your life? Can ya give me a vote of confidence here for the people? I saved your life. And then Lois wrote about it. Hey, did she lie about anything when you know, I was saving your life? No. Like, there's just so many other ways that we could still use Elizabeth.
You were right. I should have run a rebuttal.
I don't know. Do we feel like he won?
We have bigger problems than that.
What is it?
Oh.
Earlier today, John Henry ran some tests.
I think he's gonna boot her. I think he's gonna boot her. He has to. He has to. He has to see that, like, what happened here couldn't have changed public view enough for it to have been worth it. I think he's gonna kill her. I think this is like, he might not kill her, but, like, maybe he'll show his true colors. There's no way he is happy with the outcome that happened today. I just don't see it.
Ash can't stop texting me. He thinks tonight made you more sympathetic than ever.
How? How?
This almost failed. Lois was seconds away from getting Elizabeth on the air.
But she didn't.
But she still could. How are people sympathetic to... I don't understand. The common man who has been saved by Superman would not be swayed. I just can't believe that. He doesn't want you, girl. Like, you're so stupid. He is using you, and you're falling for it because you're stupid.
Milton. Did everything work out? You got it.
Man, I hate to say it, but we're getting close to that area in season 2 where I was just like, this just doesn't fucking make sense. And I don't like to be there, but it's kind of where we're at right now.
everything okay?
You were right about Grandpa. I was doing it just for him, but now it's for me. Do you really think Lex Luthor did all of this?
Yes.
It's the only thing that makes sense.
Yeah, but this world's Luthor isn't a computer genius, is he?
But it doesn't mean he isn't working with one.
Like someone like Mr. Gorman from our world?
Or someone better.
Oh, Candace wanted me to thank you for being so brave tonight.
I'm finally starting to like her.
Something go wrong at your
We gotta
appointment?
have the big discussion. Dad's not
All
always
good.
gonna be
No evidence of
Superman.
disease.
Oh, yeah. We also have to have that
Got it.
discussion.
But your father has something to tell you.
You guys are gonna be taking on this mantle a little sooner than you might have thought.
John Henry ran some tests today, And it seems that even though your grandfather's heart saved my life, it's not completely compatible with my body.
So, what, your heart's just gonna stop working?
Eventually, yeah.
How long do you have?
Maybe as long as your grandfather would have had. Maybe less. My powers are starting to diminish.
Diminish how?
Every day I'm getting a little weaker, and it's gonna continue like that. Until one day I won't have any powers. At all.
How's it looking, Milton?
Oh, so are we
Not
gonna
bad.
use the suit to make
But I can make it something far superior.
Lex's green suit?
No, that's a killer suit.
Okay. Yeah. So we're gonna use his suit to make... And it's still going to fail. I don't know. Anytime it... Here's the thing. Honestly, it's still a good episode, I think. But anytime it comes to, like, public relations with Superman, I always sit there and just go, no. Like, I just can't believe the common man would... The common man. Okay, like, you read the paper, sure. You've also seen it on the news. Superman saving people constantly. You might have been one of those people that was saved. Maybe even saved more than once. Who knows? Like, it's always the big issue with me with the public stuff when it comes to like villains versus superheroes. And anytime you sit there and you go, I don't know, maybe Superman, who saved so many millions of lives, maybe he's wrong. And I would look at you and go, you're fucking stupid. What? Huh? Lex Luthor, the billionaire who was waist dumping and is just like not a good person. Like maybe, oh, I don't know, maybe I'm looking at it from an outside perspective, but like as like a person I am right now, I have to sit here and be like, you know what? Some of the billionaires of our world have done probably the most atrocious things. I can't prove it, but I can sit here and be like, come on. Maybe not the atrocious things, but they're definitely not, you know, check-marking every good citizen award I've ever seen. They're doing something. First off, to become a billionaire, you know, okay, look, that's what I'm saying. So, common man, she's Lex Luthor, who's been in jail for 17 years for murder and all that stuff. I just don't think the common man can sit there and be like, I don't know, maybe like this Lex guy's right. Maybe Lois Lane's just a big fat liar. I just, it's the only things that I just don't get when it comes to these kind of like storylines. It's literally the only one. I don't know. Like, there were parts of this episode that I did enjoy, but I never liked the storyline where people think that the public will go against Superman, because it just never makes sense to me, like, ever. So, I don't know. This is gonna sound crazy, because, like, I think it's my least favorite episode so far of the season. It really is. But it's just how it is. Anytime it's like a public relation thing, I just can't get behind the story that they give me. Unless it actually makes sense. It just doesn't make sense to me. So yeah. But as always, thank you all for coming by and hanging out with me for this episode of Superman and Lois. I hope to see you in the next one. Bye.